Hey, what's up, peeps? Happy Friday. I have a weekly message for you. And I'm going to try to interpret the card meanings for both love and career. Because they kind of go hand in hand. So sit back, relax, let's do this. So for the person watching, we're starting off the Eight of Pentacles. So it looks like you might have had a small return on an investment. Congratulations. But that small return in your investment is meant to be, okay. Okay. I just heard no. I heard that you need to invest your time again. Because look at all these coins underneath your table. And look at like how you have to like shape the coins and buff and polish the coins. And coins represent career and money. So it looks like we're starting off with career and money. And you're going to be very, very busy. You're going to get overloaded with opportunities. The funky thing about it is that you're going to be so busy, but see how he's like older and mature? He's kind of like, yeah, man, I should already be there by now. It's like starting all over again when you feel like you should be already established. That's where we're starting this reading. You've got a lot of work ahead of you. You're not angry about it. I mean, you're just kind of like, no emotions about it. You're just kind of like, gotta do the work. But at the same time, you feel like, man, I should be here at this place by now. Like, all these coins should have been buffed and polished already. So I get the sense of starting all over again, where you feel like you should have been done. That's frustrating. If you're feeling that way about your business, okay, I get that. It hurts. It's like, I already ran 10,000 miles. You're telling me I have to run another 10,000 miles? I already went and got all the degrees. You're telling me I have to get another degree? You know, it's like, I've done this before. And now you're saying I have to start all over again, but you have to start all over again. And if it's in your love life, I've dated. I've been married and divorced a couple of times. I've seen it all. I've been around the world and I've tasted everything. And now I have to start all over again? You mean I'm divorced and I have to start dating again? I've been in a relationship for 10, 15 years and now I gotta date all over again? It's exhausting. The thought alone is exhausting. But exhausting as it is, it doesn't matter because you have to do the work all over again. And look at that. It's going to be successful. So you're going to have some public recognition. Look at everybody's cheering you like, yay! All those coins that you buffed and polished brought you this big animal. And so whatever it is that you want, whether it's brought you this business, brought you this divine partner, it brought you to this whatever, and everybody's celebrating with you. And that's sweet because most people don't want to celebrate your victories. But here I see somebody working really, really hard, whether it's their job or the love of their life. And they're a little bit in their feelings about it in the beginning. But it looks like, and the victory came right away. So the victory is going to be soon. So it's not like you have to labor on and on and on for years and years. It's going to happen. Don't be fooled by the amount of work that you have to do. Don't be fooled by that. Be motivated by that. And yeah, it's a little, I said it was quick, like because the celebration came right after. But this card is telling me that it's still slow. So there's a element of this that's still slow. Like, I got it. So you're working really, really hard, right? Where you feel like you already should be there. But somehow you strike it rich and people are celebrating you, right? Call it a lucky shot? I don't know. But it happened fast. But then it'll be slow again. Really, really slow. But it'll be loyal. It'll be dependable. And while moving slow is not the most exciting thing in the world, just know that the reward is the longevity, the loyalty, the stability. It'll be solid. Yes. So here we have the King of Cups. So he's the King of Love. The only problem is that he knows the game of love. The song that's playing right now is All By Myself. Don't want to be all by myself. This king doesn't want to be by himself. This king wants his queen. This king wants his counterpart. But the problem is that he knows the game of love. That's his job. He's the counselor of love. He's the go-to person. You know, he's one of the many influencers or the what do you call them? The people that coaching and dating coaches, is like a slew of them on YouTube. This guy's one of them. He knows the game that well. He wants love and he doesn't want to be by himself. Be of good cheer. Now, if it's not about love, it's about the business. It's about the love. He's the master of his business. And the business has to do with something that this person loves. So it's not like, oh, this is a good business deal. It's going to make me a lot of money. I'll invest in it. No, this is somebody who has a business from a passion, a calling. And it's going to be a lot of work in the beginning. You're going to see some results where people are going to support it. They're going to be like, yay, yay, go you, yay. And then it's going to be slow again because there are many things that need to be solid on that foundation. Now that you've got the yay, yay, everybody's cheering for you. Now more foundation needs to be set, and that's going to take time. And that's a good thing because you want it to last, right? This king wants it to last. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. So since we're in the 6th year, 2022, we're going to do 6 across. And then this happens after the king. So this page is very young. It's not always immature, but it's young. But in this card, it can be two ways. It can be immature. The swords is about communication. It's about intellect. This card in particular, for me, is about like gossip, like people communicating gossip and hearsay and lies and stuff that, you know, just haters and people who are stalking and hating and just looking for something to go wrong. The other side of this message is that somebody is rising above the crap. They're rising above the gossip. They finally figured it out that listening to all those other haters or whatever you call them, and you know who they are. You know how they are, but based on the conversation that they bring to the table. You know, if somebody, you know, meets up with you for business or coffee, whatever, and they start talking about other people. Did you hear about, did you know? Oh, I found out that so-and-so, oh, he, she think they all that now. And you know that. You know that when you meet them, what they're about by what they say. You're learning to rise above that crap. Good for you. Good for you. One more. because it's easy to get swept up. Like, we all like a little drama. A little bit of drama is okay in life, but some people live by that sword. Huh? I said 6, but I got 2, so I'm going to take them both. Wow, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is fast again. So listen, you better buckle your spiritual seatbelt, because it's gonna be a lot, and then it's gonna be fast, and it's gonna be slow, and then it's gonna be, you're gonna get recognized, and then you're gonna get people who are gonna try to take that recognition away. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna be a bumpy road, but this is the path to success. You know, I want to see if I can get it in the camera. It goes like this. It's bumpy, twisty, turny, but it's going up. And so this is really, really fast movement. Change of residence, change of job, change of partners. It's a change. It's a movement that happens from change, not just, oh, I want to get up and I want to go somewhere fast. This is change that is creating fast movement. And changing a business. Okay, again, this can apply to business. And then we have the Knight of Cups, which is about love. Excuse me. I got a drink. I just got my new Liquid IV tumbler because I ordered more Liquid IV because I'm sweating more now that I'm going to the gym 3 days a week. That steam room is life. Anyway, so the Knight of Cups is romantic, and he has a cup in his hand and he wants to make an offer. So somebody wants to make a business offer, or somebody wants to make a love offer. So after all of that, after all the hard work, after getting some recognition, after then moving really slow and steady, and then the King of Cups arrives. The man who wants the love arrives and says, I am here. But then there's some gossip, but somehow you're able to rise above that, right? And because of that, you're able to move fast. Things are moving fast. And now you're able to make an offer, because the Knight of Cups isn't just on his horse talking about love. The King of Cups does that. The King of Cups just sits on his throne, talks about love, and runs from love. Sometimes he dives in. I think he's diving in this one. But this one is on his horse because he's on his way to make an offer. Bottom of the stack. 4 of Pentacles. So now this is Pentacles. This is really cool because it's like lots of Pentacles and some love in there. And then, of course, we have to have the swords in it. So anyway, you're holding on too tightly to things. You're holding on too tightly. Where this young kid is just like, dee, just playing, having a good time with whatever he has. And this one's like, I don't want to have a good time. I don't want to have a bad time. I don't want to have any time. All I want to do is hold on to what I have, because I am afraid if I let it go, well, I just don't know. But no loss also means no gain. So you can hold on to what you have and be familiar with what you have. Or, know that maybe there's something more out there. You're never going to know if you keep holding on. So I'm going to get some clarification on this. Let's get, so many juicy things to reach for. Let me reach for this deck, this Oracle deck. This is the, what is this? It's a hard Oracle deck of some sort. I'm going to get some clarification. All right. You're blossoming. You're blossoming. This is over here. You're blossoming. All that business, all that hard work. Yeah, you are blossoming because this is what happens after the recognition, the public recognition. So you're blossoming. That's beautiful. You never want to be in your life, a place in your life where you just stay stagnant. It's dangerous. What happens, I say, when people have too much time, too much money, and not enough purpose? It's like they stay stagnant. That's not life. You don't blossom when you have everything and do nothing with it. Seek the truth. what's this song? Ready for Love by India Arie. Somebody's blossoming. Somebody's ready, but they're seeking the truth. Somebody's a truth seeker, probably a Sagittarius. Sagittarians love, their motto is I seek. So somebody is deeply searching. And somehow this win is going to motivate them for the truth. And congratulations on that. The number on that card is 7. Congratulations on your journey of the truth. Because whatever you seek, ye shall find. But if you're seeking for the truth, it will set you free. Always. Finding balance. Maybe that's what you found. But anyway, you're going to find it anyway, because the Knight of Pentacles will move slow and steady. And see how he's holding his money, his coins, his business? He's going to move slow and steady so that he has a solid foundation. When you have a solid foundation, what does that mean? That means balance. That means you're going to find balance. 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 I can't even express how important that is. Because what is it going to bring? Because when the king is balanced, he's going to have joy and stability. What did I just say about the Knight of Cups? Making sure that everything is stable. The foundation, like everything is there. And to do it and to do it right. To do something right. There's an African proverb. To do it right means to do it slow or something like that. Or, the slow and steady. But if it's worth doing right, do it slow. Right? So, slow and steady, counselor of love. Slow and steady. Joy. It'll bring you joy. It'll bring you joy. Oh, it says love. What's the song? What song are we listening to now? Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. Nina Simone. Oh, I love Nina Simone. I don't know what else to say about this, but let me tell you something. People are going to have a lot to say about it. That's probably where the gossip is going to come from. Love could also be the love of your business. I know people who are happily partnered, be it in a partnership agreement or a marriage. They don't have to worry about the ins and outs of relationships. They don't have to worry about, is this person telling me the truth? Is this person cheating on me? Is this person wants somebody else? I know people who are slap happy. And so what they put their love in is the business. You can fall in love with your business. And if you are successful in your business, this applies to love and business. So you're always going to attract people who are going to talk about you and talk about what you're doing. That'll always happen when you're successful. That'll always happen when you get public recognition. So guess what? Get used to it. Don't try to bypass it. You will suffer trying to do that because you will not be successful in trying to stop people from talking about you. So if you found love, expect people to talk about you. In fact, even more so, because you know what? Anybody can do a business. Anybody can create a successful business if they study, if they work hard enough, because that is something that you can control. What you can't control is love. You can love, but you can't force others to love. So finding love is the greatest of all the things that you can search for, but unfortunately, not everybody will have it. Not everybody will live on Earth School and find the love of their lives. It's just, so when you do find it, I'm saying all that because when you do find it, people are gonna hate. They're gonna talk about it. Did you hear about so-and-so with such and such? Oh my goodness. But the good side of this that I'm picking up is that somebody who's working really hard, who finally gets a reward, then moves slow, is going to rise above all the 3 weeks ago, not last week, but the week prior, I had a reading where it was heavy about people talking about, Hey, not talking about the person, talking directly in the ear of the king, right? So this is good. At least the king has moved away from that. And instead of listening to trusted people that they love, telling you because they're jealous, now it's the public doing it. People that you don't know, because, you know, people love to talk about other people's business. But at this point, you're rising above it. And that's a beautiful thing, because you don't want, I mean, if you found love, expect people to talk about it. Because if they're not talking about it, you didn't find something good. You just found something. To find a blessing, people are going to have something to say about it. They always do. And then teach. You got teach here. So you're probably going to teach people how to go after what they want, to go after their desires, because you've been through the storm. Remember in the beginning of this, I said it's going to be like this. You know, the path to success goes like this. You're going to teach people what you went through. You're going to be a wise counselor like the King of Cups, who will teach people what they went through. That's a beautiful thing. That's going through it and teaching it. Because that's what teaching is. Teaching is just learning and sharing. Learning and sharing. So that's part of your path here in your business, is to teach people what you went through. Because I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this as kindly as I can, because I'm really trying to work on my mouth. I really am. But I'm going to say this kindly. When I'm learning something, I don't want to learn from somebody who hasn't been through it. I don't want to learn from somebody who's just well studied. I want to learn from somebody who's been through the trenches. Somebody who's been through hell and high water and has gone through it. Because if you step up to me and you try to tell me something about shit you ain't been through, I'm going to tell you. Okay, how can I say this nicely? I'm going to tell you to kindly, please, shut up until you get the victory and then come tell me something about it. Sorry, I had to deliver it in the way that I know how. Don't tell me how to do something if you ain't been through it. Because I will tell you, okay? You need to go through those things before you start teaching and telling people how to do it. It's real when people have gone through it. I don't know. I'm saying for me, for the person watching this, maybe you will give your time and attention to somebody who's just intelligent and knows how to read information and give it back. I just don't think that there's enough passion and inspiration to really move the person to be changed by the information that they have, or to be inspired by the information that they have. Dedicated effort. The Knight of Cups is making a dedicated effort. He's on his horse. He has an offering, whether it's an offering of a business proposal or a love. But it's a dedicated offer. It's made with dedicate. It's a dedicated effort. They're dedicated to doing this. Not wishy-washy. Not this one in and one out. Not this, I don't feel good enough. I'm not worthy. No, this person is making a dedicated effort all the way through. When you're dedicated, you'll see it through. When you're not dedicated and you're wishy-washy and you're passive-aggressive, you're going to be on and off that horse. And that's going to hurt. It's going to create a lot of bumps and bruises. But you know what won't create a lot of bumps and bruises? Balance. Balance. So look at, we have balance. Oh, what card is this? This is the extra card. It's an extra card. I don't even know where this came out. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's the 7th card. Well, it came out. Oh, I have a couple of cards here. Listen, you guys. Wow. I have 2 more cards in front. Now, the deck is over here, and I have 2 cards over here. They flew out, and they must be red. third eye chakra, the third eye. Somebody's using their intuition. Congratulations. Congratulations. Because your intuitive intelligence is the greater knowledge. Your intuition is far more intelligent than anything that the mind can come up with. When you're confused and you want the truth, nothing is more on point than your own intuition. And by doing that, man, you're gonna have new vitality. Look at the color of the rainbow. Look at skippity doo dah. New vitality. You're gonna feel alive when you're balanced, when you believe in yourself, when you rise above the gossip, when you work really hard, then make your move, and then take time to really create a solid foundation. It's available to you. It's going to make you feel like whistling Dixie. You're going to be like, whoo, 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 making music. Yes, you will be. Bottom of this deck. Moving on. Moving on. Look at, he's got, the footsteps. There's that prayer about the footsteps. There's another sad. I didn't see it. Why? Because I carried you. Somebody's moving on. Moving on. That's good because at the bottom of this deck, they were holding on. So we got somebody holding on the bottom of the deck and somebody moving on. Now, if that's not confusing, I don't know what is. So let's just continue on because I still have other decks I'd like to move through. And you know what? I'm going to go back to tarot. This is the Mystic Beauty Easy Tarot deck. She's an incredible reader. I love her to death. And so let's see. Let's get some clarification on the Eight of Pentacles and the blossoming. Oh, the smudge on my white pants. The strength. Oh, that's good though. It's the card of Leo. I like the strength is the card of Leo because it's about what Leo embodies. It's the strength and the courage, confidence. But this is about being able to tame the ego. You see how this queen, is it the queen? Yeah, it's the queen, I think. It's the queen. Is trying to control the lion, the roar. Because we lions, we can roar. And when the lion roars, the whole jungle, every animal in the jungle buckles. Because the king and queen of the jungle roars, right? Our roar is powerful. And it can be downright frightening. And that is your ego. But you're getting the strength to control what comes out of you. And that is great. That is great. So don't get cranky about all the work because you are going to blossom and you're learning to tame your ego. That's, the ego is great. It's not useful in all aspects of your life and definitely not in yoga. But, I say the ego gets a bad rap because, you're in your ego. And men tend to really, they're driven by their egos. I'm not trying to pick on you men, but, you got egos. But the ego wasn't meant to be in every aspect of your life. The ego is meant to push you to do things like, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, puff your chest up. I got that, Let the ego move you in that way. But when it comes to aspects of the heart, no ego, no room for it. When it comes to a practice, like a yoga practice, you go ahead and put your ego into what you're doing. You could hurt yourself physically. You could hurt yourself. Let your ego serve you when it needs to serve you, but you got to learn how to tame it. That's one of the biggest keys to success is knowing when to roar and knowing when to shut up. Hermit. Hermit mode? Well, that's where you're going to seek the truth. In hermit mode. Right? So you're going to get some public recognition. You're going to get a lot of it. Maybe even so much that it might make you shy away. Right? Because I see you withdrawing. But I also see you withdrawing. See how he's got the lamp? Because he's looking for the truth. When you're in hermit mode, you spiritually mature. When you're in hermit mode, you don't have a lot of all over you. Your meditation will bring you answers. It always does. We just got to be silent long enough. You know, sometimes we're so uncomfortable with the silence, you know. Sometimes they say that silence is the largest or loudest sound. You know, uncomfortable when we don't have people around. Like, we're so distracted. We want to be so distracted because our silence is loud, but let that silence speak to you. I think it's a beautiful thing. I think silence is a beautiful thing. You know, I barely have my TV on. If I have it on, it's usually just, maybe I'm catching up on my one show I watch every week, or catching up on the news. It's CNN or nothing. But it's nice to just, nothing. No background, nothing. Judgment. I want to see what this says. Because judgment can go so many different ways. Heal, change, a second chance, spiritual awakening, reevaluate. It's a good thing on that second chance and reevaluation, because you got to move slow when you're doing that, especially if you're trying to find balance. I need to take a sip of water because, woo, something intense is coming through me and through my throat chakra. So, yeah. What else? Let's look at the King of Cups, who's going to be stable and full of joy. Stable and full of joy because he found balance. He's slow and steady. The foundation is set. He spent time alone to acquire knowledge and wisdom and guidance. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Ooh. 10 of Pentacles upside down. Well, that's okay. The 10 of Pentacles upside down is it's like the happy life, happy wife, happy family, happy everything. I don't know how to say this, but it's upside down. Let me see what her interpretation is, because I mean, there's got to be something good about it, right? Financial failure, loneliness, disconnected with the family. That's how maybe the king is feeling. And maybe that discontentment is what put the king on the path for joy and stability. You know, something has to motivate people to want to make a move, to want to make a change. And it seems like the family base not being where the king wants it to be was the motivation to rebuild and start all over again. Which sucks because nobody really wants to do that. But when your family life and your money and everything that brings you contentment and happiness is upside down, that'll motivate you. That'll be the fire under your ass to say, you know what? I really don't want to start all over again. It's a lot of hard work. I've been there and I did it before and I should be established, but you know what? I'm going to do it one more time. And you're going to get your recognition. You're going to go into hermit mode. You're going to find your own inner wisdom and your own intelligence and your own direction. And you're going to move slow. going to rise above all the what, right? Because somehow you found that love again. And you're going to move fast. You're going to charge ahead. And I tell you what, when you're all done with this whole journey, you're going to teach people, you know what? There is life after life. You can begin again. There is a thing called second chances. I'll make the better half your second half. I just heard that. So for somebody who feels like they've wasted half their life doing what they did, no, it was not a waste. That was just the first half of it. Now you're going to be going on to the second half of it. And so when I read the thing about second chances, the card that had indicated second chances, in the Judgment, I think about the second half. Ooh. Yeah, still juggling a little bit though. That's over the gossip that you're rising above, and that's over the love. So maybe you're still balancing business with love, or maybe you're still juggling, well, how do I invest in my love life and my business life, or my love life and my friend life, my life that I built before the love? How do I juggle and bring those two together? Or how do I juggle the old with, oh, somebody's still juggling the old with the new, because we did have somebody who was still holding on at the bottom of the deck, but also on the bottom of the other deck, we have moving on. So maybe that's where the juggling is like, move on or hold on. Move on or hold on. Move on or hold on. I've got a card here. The Star. Ooh, but star's upside down. It's upside down. I don't like that. It's like pride, loss, theft, disappointment. I see the Star upside down as a disappointment. I don't like that. It's moving fast and teaching. Moving on fast and teaching. Can I get something else, please? Can we clarify why? I think the Star is about the person moving on, not having full faith in what they're doing. Hold on, because what would this be if Spirit didn't make me get off my butt to get down and get a card? What would it be? And I'm going to put this one back in. It's a Hierophant. That's about higher knowledge, higher commitment, but I'm putting it back in because I don't know if it was upside down or not. And this deck was intentionally made to read cards either upright or upside down. So I'm putting that back in. I'm asking about the Star. Well, I got the Chariot, but the Chariot is sideways. It's like this. It's moving sideways. So I did see it sideways, so I will take it sideways. There's no interpretation for it sideways other than the Chariot is the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is a crab. Don't crabs move like that? Don't crabs move like this? They never move. They're never straight forward. They don't go back. I've never seen a crab go backwards, but when they move like this. They're shifty, you know? They don't walk straight. So I think if I'm clarifying the Star, I'm getting the feeling that, well, that's why the person moving is moving like this. No wonder why you don't have any faith. You know, no wonder why you're in doubt. You know, because you're not moving right. That card was the Emperor. I'm putting it back in because it didn't jump out. So I want one more clarification over the Chariot. That's not moving forward. Like, that's what the Chariot does. And it's fast moving forward. It's victory. There's no victory because it's just side by side. And that's over the upside down Star. Oh, yes. Four Swords. Because you need to really rest and recruit and meditate again. Meditation brings, this person is meditating. Didn't I say earlier that meditation brings answers? So if the Chariot is moving sideways like this and not moving forward, you gotta stop and meditate again. You gotta be the hermit again. Because you've lived your life as a hermit at one time doesn't mean that you never go back to being a hermit. I was a hermit for 2 years. I'm getting back out there. That doesn't mean that I'm never going to be a hermit again. But somebody needs to meditate. We're going to go ahead and clarify the King of Cups. Because everything you wanted to know is right there. The Magician is sideways too. So it's like you're not even manifesting. You 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You manifest one thing and then you bring in the doubt and then that manifestation goes away. You got to be consistent. You can't be 1 foot in and 1 foot out. The universe doesn't know how to respond to that. You know, if you're wishy-washy, the universe is going to be wishy-washy. If you're straightforward, you know where you want to go, then the universe says, okay, we're going to go there. But if you're back and forth, wishy-washy, it's just, the universe is going to be wishy-washy right along with you. So let's look at the new vitality, the third eye, where you're going to really tap in, and the balance, the key to everything. What do you want to say about that? I want to clarify that. Give me something. The 8 of Cups. You're rushing back to something. And if you're rushing back, that means something that you left behind. Yeah. You're letting go. You're letting go of something. You're walking away from something. You're walking away from things that don't give you vitality. You're walking away from things that don't bring you peace, that don't bring you excitement and passion and balance. You're running away from things that do not bring you balance. Amen. Hallelujah on that. Bottom of this deck. The Knight of Swords, but it's upside down. Oh, this is not... The Knight of Swords is upside down, you guys, on the bottom of the deck. But yet, the Knight of Swords here was moving fast. The bottom of the deck, he's coming to a complete stop. This reading is like in and out, up and down. I believe, I doubt. I'm confident, I'm insecure. I'm holding on. I'm moving out. Wow. It's just very sideways. We should be going forward. It's going back and it's going left to right, left to right. I'm going to have to dig into, let's get some angels on the deck. I don't like that. My energy just kind of dropped. Like, I think I feel like my energy just dropped because nothing's more frustrating than going nowhere. Nothing's more frustrating than believing in yourself day after day after day, and then the next day you don't, and the next day it gets worse, and then the next day it's stagnant, and then the next day you're back up again. It's just like you're doing this, but you're not doing this. I mean, if you're going to have ups and downs, make sure that they're slowly crawling up. This one is just staying... like there's no growth. That's sad. You work really hard only to put yourself back. And then not only are you confused, that's why your magic is messed up, because the universe can't bless you going forward if you keep doubting yourself. So maybe have some compassion for everybody involved, for everything around you. And maybe that might shift your energy. So maybe you have some compassion for yourself, because now I felt kind of like my energy's feeling like kind of sad all of a sudden. And I think I'm sad because it's nothing more depressing than going up and going down and getting excited and then getting disappointed, and then you're ready and then you're not. And then there's leadership. Because you're a natural born leader. And so you can't be like this. You know, leaders don't waver from side to side. They don't do that. And you're a leader. It's on the table. Right? What else? Compassion and gentleness. That's what we need. Compassion and gentleness. Because, oh, my stomach just growled again. Oh, it's coming right from the center of my body. It's saying, growl. Yes, somebody needs to be gentle. You know, every time I see a deer, which I don't see often, and I love deer, but when you see a deer is everything that's gentle, right? And so when you see a deer, I always remind myself to be gentle. Because if you are going back, if you're working really hard and then something pulls you back, don't get angry. Don't get angry. That's like throwing gasoline on the fire. Instead, don't be mad at yourself. Don't go beating yourself up. Don't go numbing yourself down with drink and food and drug. Be gentle with yourself. It'll get you a whole lot further ahead. Compassion and gentleness. Because when you wake up in the morning, you won't beat yourself up again for beating yourself up and doing toxic things to sort of patch yourself back up. It's just, we don't need you to spiral. We need you to be gentle. Take a bath, eat some ice cream, say some nice words to yourself. Be a leader for yourself first. And maybe go journal your thoughts instead. Get into some creative writing. When I was into healing, I got into some creative writing. I mean, I created my decks. I did a lot of writing, and I did a lot of doodling, and I did a lot of drawing, and I was gentle with myself. Instead of beating myself up that I can't hike mountains, that I can't do all these physical things that I love to do, that I can't dance. There was a lot that I couldn't do, but instead of beating myself up about something I had no control over, it's hereditary. My condition was hereditary. I had no say in any of this. So instead of beating myself up, I went and created instead. So you need to do that too. One more, because I'm hearing one more. Yep. Career transition. So remember I said that this could be about love and it could be about work. I'm really feeling like it's a blend of both. So be of good cheer, because your career is changing. Your hard work is going to pay off. Don't beat yourself up about it. Instead, when you're angry, write about it. When I'm angry and I'm frustrated, whatever I pour myself into always ends up being better. I do my best work when I'm angry. And maybe you do too. Or maybe if you don't, you can learn to channel anger. That's what magicians do. That's what magic is. You can channel your anger and move it into a passionate way. It's not get into the kitchen and create this recipe that's gonna poofy. That's not sustainable. That's trickery, manipulating work that will only work on low vibrational things. Because if you're trying to manipulate on high vibrational things, ain't gonna work. I don't think a lot of people know that. They play with things that they know not or know nothing of. Excuse me. Woo! I need another sip, boy. That was something right there. You try to manipulate high vibrational energy, you're gonna come into a rude awakening. So, your magic is turning your emotions, even negative, into something positive. So if you're angry, write. Because guess what? Your efforts are going to change your career. Angel answers. So I'm going to ask about this career transition. What do you want? All right. didn't even get to say the question. What do you want the person watching this video to know about their career transition? It's going to involve you communicating clearly. It's going to be about communication. Clear communication. And it's going to happen in a year from now. Although timing is very tricky, because if you change your mind, then timing changes again. If you change your energy, then everything changes again. So it says not at the right time. It's not the right time because it's going to happen later. It's going to happen a year from now. So if you want it to happen tomorrow, if you want it to happen next week, you know, they're just saying be patient. It's in communications. You're going to be, your role is going to be probably, like I said, your leadership. You'll be teaching. It's part of your job as a leader. You will be teaching. And the King of Cups is that he's the teacher of love. Okay? He's the teacher of love. Because that's what he does. Love. If I had the King of Pentacles, then I would tell you, excuse me, that it would be about, the leadership would be about, you know, some kind of career, some kind of, you know, how to make money or something, how to build a business or whatever. But this leader is going to be talking about love. All right, you go back in there. Let me, hold on. What's this? Yep. Let's go into clarification on the creative writing, because that could be part of your, you could be writing about love. You could be writing love stories. You could be writing about your love story. If you have a love life, that's interesting, but it's up to you. Whatever it is that you want to write about, it's up to you. I want clarification on the new vitality, because all of this is going to bring in a new energy. It didn't fall to the floor, but it said yes. It confirmed what I said. It's going to bring you, you're going to be skipping in your step. You're going to feel like you're brand new again. You're going to, I mean, what's better than thinking that you've experienced everything in life, and then all of a sudden something new comes in that makes you wake up in the morning whistling, making eggs and bacon, singing over your breakfast, loving the day. And you know, when you have a new vitality, don't be surprised. In fact, expect that when you have a new vitality and you're shining, people will be attracted to you. It doesn't matter what you look like. When you have that vitality, people will sense that energy. So just calm down, because when you start being all glowy and everything, you just got to be very protective of that, because everybody's going to want a piece of it. Oh, I already saw that. Meditation brings answers. Let's see what's on the bottom of this deck. Because something better is coming along. So hang in there. Something good is coming. Hang in there. I like this deck. This is the 8-ball. I love this. It's cute. All right, so let me be intentional before we start reading some of these cards. So I want to know about what this person is moving away from. Although we determined that they're moving away from things that don't bring them balance, things that are not, people who are not dedicated. So let's get some clarification on what this person is moving away from, because there's a lot of ups and downs here, a lot of ups and downs. And we come here to get clarification, right? Bad karma and unable to predict right now. So you're running from your bad karma? You can't run from your karma. You know what you got to do is, if you have bad karma, if you know you have to pay your dues, you just gotta pay your dues. You just gotta suck it up. I really don't know any other way to get through it. Maybe you'll move through it quicker if you realize, yeah, this is This is what I need to go through because I created this for myself. So go through it is the only way to heal it. Don't run. And so, and then not only are they telling you it's the bad karma that you're trying to run from, which you shouldn't. They don't even, the advice is like, they don't even want to tell you any more about it. It's like, no, you're running from that and just don't run from that. So let's go with some insight about what this person is starting over. Like well, they're starting over in business and love, but let's see what love when they jump out like that. Your pride and ego is keeping you stuck. No, you didn't. Listen, didn't we already say that? Didn't I already explain the ego with the strength card? Over the hard work that's going to have you blossoming? Didn't I already explain that? Right? The hermit withdrawing. Listen, sometimes it could hurt your ego starting over again. Like you don't want people to know, you know, ground zero. You know, entrepreneurs have to start from ground zero all the time. You know, they make a lot of money. They burn it all. They build it up again. They burn it all. This is the cycle of an entrepreneur. But eventually you want to be like, you know, steady. But even an entrepreneur will have highs and lows. But you want to make sure that you're constantly reaching up. If it's doing this, man, you need to get some coaching. But listen, that ego is destructive. It's not even who you are. Your ego is keeping you stuck. That's why you're holding on. That's why you're holding on, but you know you need to move on. Ego is, it can propel you, it can push you to do things that you can't do on your own. But if you let your ego rule your life, it's not going to take you down to a path where you can be independent and powerful because the ego can't survive in that environment. The ego wants to lead. It wants to be the leader. The ego wants to lead, but leadership is not egoic in any shape or form. One more card, please. Give me some clarification. What can I tell a person who needs to tame their ego? And I'm going to go ahead and say it's the ego that's also giving you bad karma. It's also the reason why you're unable to predict anything right now. Unable to make a move. I just hope that you don't experience life and end it 6 feet under saying, I lived by my ego and I lived a great life. Because you can move on. You can proceed. It's saying you can. But why aren't you? Because, one more card. I mean, there are signs here that say it's good to move. Oh, 2 cards jumped right out. Boom, I love it. Not for you to know. Ask a different question. Look at that. And unable to predict now. So guess what? Sometimes we can't have all the answers. You know what's really cute is people think that because you're intuitive and you're a reader that you have all the answers to your life. And that couldn't be further from the truth. In case somebody out there is wondering, gee, I wonder if Darlene has all the answers to her life. And I wonder if everybody, if intuitive people had all the answers, do you think we would be doing readings? I think we'd be sipping coconut juice on an island in Fiji, you know, like on a beach in Fiji, you know. Actually, if we knew all the answers, we wouldn't grow. And we didn't come here to know all the answers. We came here to help. And I help people in many other ways. but we don't have the answers for ourselves. There's a joke, a psychic joke. One psychic was walking down the street and saw another psychic. So excited to see that person, the psychic ran to the other psychic and said, "You're fine. How am I?" All right, one more. I keep saying one more, but one more. Yeah, we don't have all the answers. Because if we did, we wouldn't have any growth. And as much as I would love to have all the answers to my life, when I go through a journey and I come to my own discovery and I have all my little life treats with me, you know, my strength, my courage, my growth, all those wonderful things you earn, I always say at that moment, I'm glad I didn't have the answers because I wouldn't have earned the respect. I'm sorry, you guys. I wouldn't have gained the wisdom. The people that have the wisdom, they've been through some stuff. No one gave them the answers. You don't become wise because somebody gave you all the answers. All right, I heard to put this deck down, so I'm putting this deck down. Oh my God, this is the longest reading ever. Why is this reading so long? It's over an hour. I don't usually do that. Create. Create. This is long because somebody really needs to be knocked over the head. Create. Paint. Write. Oh, I don't like when you do this to me. I don't like when so I'm going to do this again. What else? Because I got to close this reading out. Because I'm starting to get really tired. You great kisser, you. You great kisser. But you're going to have boundaries with that great kissing. We kiss and that's it. Said the fire sign. Leo, Sag, Aries. Somebody's got a secret crush. This is the cutest thing. Either the fire sign has a crush on somebody or somebody has a crush on the fire sign, because I always feel like somebody's watching me and I got no privacy. But you're going to have somebody who's going to be a great kisser, but it's funny. I laugh because it's like, you know, you say, just kissing, nothing more. Nothing more. Move your hands. Hands don't go below the waist. And create. Oh, as I picked this up, this card was facing up. So somebody's going to have a financial flow. A financial flow. Bottom of this deck. Oh, why is it always the bottom of the deck? I want one more. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bottom of this deck. I should have stuck with the Om. Somebody's heart is broken, but it's healing. I wrote heart healing, not heart broken. Heart healing. Somebody's heart is healing. It's not from money. Money doesn't heal you. Money buys you nice things, but it doesn't heal you. Doodle deck. The hell. This reading's long, and it's probably going to take a day and a half to upload, because YouTube takes like so long to upload a 20-minute video. Oh, no. I'm not taking that. Okay. Here we go. This is hard to shuffle. What's the music? Music is healing. Let's hear what the music is. A change is going to come. Change gonna come. Oh, you have fallen in love. Love at first sight. I didn't even know I did that. It's a big heart. Somebody's going to fall in love. Somebody's going to have love at first sight. And that love at first sight is going to heal your heart. And you know what? You're going to want to kiss. And you're going to kiss because when you're in love, that's what you want to do. Having sex. You can have sex with people you don't love. But do you make out? Do you just like kiss and make out and swap spit when you're in love? Do you sit there and kiss somebody for hours and hours and hours? If you're not in love with them, you can have sex with them for hours and hours and hours without loving them. Make it a physical thing. But kissing, Kissing is love. That's a loving thing. And so somebody's going to be in love. I see the love happening, but I also see boundaries on that crush. And it says, when was the last time you followed your heart? This time, use your heart over your head. So when's the last time you fell in love? But also, if we're talking about business, when was the last time you made a leap of faith in your business? You know, you want to be an entrepreneur. You have a business idea. You have a passion that you know you're a leader in, and you're afraid to make that leap because you're comfortable with the paycheck. But you want to make that leap when you're comfortable in your love life, but there's something that's so exciting, the love of your life. The one that you have a secret crush on, that you're gonna kiss for hours and hours and hours. You kiss so much. You ever kiss so much that you get like I was in love one time with this man, and we both were crazy over each other. And he had stubblies all over his face, but we kissed we kissed long enough that I actually had a rash around my mouth from his beard, from our faces just all over each other. And I remember when he looked at me, he was like, ooh, like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, what? And I looked and I was like, it was like a hickey all over my mouth. I was like, oh my God. And I didn't even care. It went away. But would I do that with somebody I just want to hook up? No. Hell no. In fact, I don't hook up. I can't. God bless the people that can. I think that's exciting and wonderful, but I'm not part of the hookup. I wasn't wired for just hooking up. Some days I really do wish that I was, because I'd probably have a whole lot more fun, but just not made that way. Angels are around you. Give them an assignment. Let them help you. So guess what? And that's 444. So if you see 444, 444 all over the place, or any combination of fours, that means the angels are all around. But you know what? They'll help, but only if you ask. You have to ask for the help. And if you don't believe in it, do what I always say. I always challenge people to do my readings. Test it out. Prove me that I'm wrong. And say, Darlene, I asked for angels to help me, and they didn't help me. I never hear that, though. One more. I never hear that. And I always challenge people. If you think I'm wrong, challenge me. Prove me that I'm wrong. No one ever does. Gee, I wonder why. All right, one more card. And give me an overall energy, because I believe we already know the story. 2 cards, 3 cards jumped out. We already know the story. Drink more water. Really, drink more water. I posted something today about drinking more water. So drinking water is so important, because water is what you are. So you need to put in what you are. Drink more water. It's good for your skin. It's good for your energy. The magic mantra is speak what you want and believe it. So the magic of mantras, speak what you want. Speak it into existence is basically what I was saying. What is it that you want? Do you know what you want? Most people don't know what they want. They think they know what they want. They know what they don't want, because what they don't want has already been experienced. But don't focus on that. If you focus on what you don't want, guess what you're going to get? More of what you don't want. If you focus on your bills, guess what you're going to get more of? Bills. You see, the universe doesn't know the difference between like what you want and what you don't want. It just knows what you speak on. So use the magic of your mantra. Speak what love comes to me easily. Money flows to me effortlessly. Whatever it is that you want. This is already too long. Okay. Last card. You are who you attract. So if you attract wonderful people around you, you're a wonderful person. If you attract shitty, low vibe, selfish takers, well, take a look inside. Maybe that's why the hermit mode is a good time to really look at yourself, because if you don't like what's around you, rest assured, it's because of the energy that's inside of you. So sometimes you need to withdraw to see the light, to know, wow, I am this. This is why I'm attracting this. So anyway, it says, you are who you attract. If you don't like what you have, look at what you're giving. Energy given is energy received. So also, it's about, what you put out. Whatever you put out, you're going to get back in. So it's as simple as day. If you don't like what you have, look at what you're giving and look inside yourself, because everything around you is all because of what you are attracting, because it's who you are. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to tell you to go ahead. If you have attracted something amazing into your life, that's because you're amazing. If you have attracted shitty people who lie, cheat, and steal, that's because that's what you're doing. Last card, and this is the Spiritual AF deck. I'm going to need my glasses for this one. All right. 2 slid out. Get my glasses. Forgive the fuck out of someone today. Forgiveness is divine. But when you forgive, you know what happens when you forgive? It's really, really for you. Forgiveness is for you. You're not letting somebody off the hook. That's not how forgiveness works. But when you forgive, you release yourself. It says you're probably thinking, that's not easy. Sorry, but yes, the fuck it is. Take all the energy you've put into being mad and making a case for how wrong so-and-so is. Let that shit go. Start small so you can get the hang of it. The driver who just cut you off, yell, I forgive you. Instead of saying, I fuck you, say, I forgive you. And wave at them. It's probably going to piss them off, but whatever. Secret bonus perk. Forgiving someone usually pisses them off worse than anything else. I just said that. It's probably going to piss them off. It's probably going to piss them off. I just said that and I just read it. But it's funny. You don't want to do that either. But, being nice to somebody and forgiving them when they just want to drop, they want to drag you into their low vibration, it will piss them off, but you'll maintain your peace, and that's important. Gossip dies when it hits wise ears. Come on, people. Come on now. What did I say earlier in this reading? Because my table's a mess right now, but I'm gonna search and find this card because that's exactly what we were talking about in terms of rising above the gossip. And this card says, gossip dies when it hits wise ears. Wise. That's why the hermit withdraws, to regain the wisdom. Because when you have the wisdom, can nobody tell you nothing? Nothing that somebody tries to conjure up into your brain can affect you. Let me read the back of this. It says, here's how to get wise. Refuse to hear the stories that aren't yours to hear. Refrain from telling stories that aren't yours to tell. If someone comes at you with the, oh my God, did you hear about? Come on now, didn't I say that? Oh, did you hear about? Stop them right there and ask them if it's gossip, rumor, dirt, or other such junk. This tends to kill everyone's shit-talking boner. So if you want to take someone's shit-talking boner away, you stop them and you say, excuse me, hello, is this going to be high vibrational talk? Because that's all I want to hear. I'll share something with you that I lovingly said to a friend. And if she's watching this, I'm sure she'll be glad I shared this because it's the truth. And I hope she remembers this. When she called me yesterday to talk about the very thing we've discussed over and over again, I said to her, I'm not going to listen to that anymore. You already know what the truth is. You already know how to rise above this. We are not going to have this conversation. We are not going to bring any energy or anything into this ever again. You already know. No more. And that was it. And she said, you're right. We don't need you. It's a relief. It's a relief to have somebody push back and say that, because it checks you too. It checks you too. You know, that's why you got to have friends that will lovingly support you, but also will kick you in the ass when you need it. And if you don't have a friend that will lovingly kick you in the ass, go find some new friends. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you do something fun. And remember, again, you've got enough going on in your journey. You have something incredible that you're going to manifest. The last thing you need is your ego trying to stop you, because it will. Because the ego wants to be the lead. The ego wants to be in control. The ego will do whatever it takes to make sure it stays alive. You have the power to take that ego down and bring it when you need it, but take it down and stay in control. And also, stop listening to gossip. Stop it. I know it's juicy. I know we need a little bit of drama in our lives, but the gossip is only going to make your ego stay alive. And we need that ego down so you can get to whatever it is you're trying to get to. Love and that passionate business that needs to be birthed by you. Peace. What's the song? We end where life begins. Peace.